Welcome back to another video with the 98 Track Civic, and today we're going to be installing these DC Sport strut bars, and this should honestly be a pretty easy install. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I chose to go with this specific strut bar because I've heard really good stuff on it, and honestly now that I have it in hand, this thing looks really nice. As you guys can see, the welds look nice, the finish is there, and the bar does feel sturdy, which is what I wanted. So let's get this job started with a 14mm socket to get rid of the nuts on the strut tower. Once you have those 4 nuts off, you should be able to just slap this thing on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and throw this bad boy on. And of course, we have a small issue now. So these bolts line up perfectly, but on the other side, they are off by just a bit. So what I'm gonna do is just lift the car up and move around the suspension a bit and see if it'll budge and get them in. Okay, so that definitely did work. All you got to do is lift the car up and then move the suspension inward a little bit so it moves those studs, and that will fix that misalignment. And the studs I'm talking about is like these right here, and then you also got to do it for both sides, so keep that in mind. So it's just a bit more of a process compared to other ones you see out there, like the skunk 2 ones. You just unbolt them and they'll slap right on, but those are also adjustable from like right here and stuff. Compared to this one, it's just all one fixed bar, which it does make the bar look and feel more sturdy, and it is more beefier, so I think it will offer way better performance than the skunk 2 ones. Now right now would be the perfect time, since the car is up and off the ground, to install these socks that I bought for the suspension, just to protect it from any debris that may get in there. And I'm talking about like the threaded part, because it does have the adjustable suspension stuff, so I want to protect it. So I got these that are waterproof, just to protect the threads from any corrosion and future headaches, like when it comes to adjusting them. And this is very easy to install because all it's using is Velcro. Here's how it looks once it's all installed, but I really just hope the Velcro does hold back all the debris and water. I'll let you guys know how it holds up. And just like that, the front's all done, but we do still have the rear. Don't think I forgot, but we also did get a rear strut bar. And this one looks just as amazing as the front one. It looks like this setup also works in a CRX, Del Sol, and Integra. Now to install the rear strut bar, all you gotta do is remove the 2 nuts that are on the strut tower, same as the front one, and you're gonna do it on both sides. Once you got those 2 bolts removed, the strut bar should mount right up just like so.
Nice.
A lot of the times when you're adding a strut bar in your trunk, you're gonna have to remove your carpet, or you could just cut the carpet, which is what I chose to do. And I chose to do this just because I want the car to be an OEM plus finish, so I wanted it to look OEM as possible. So with that, I wanted to keep the carpet, and I did that by just making 2 slits on both sides. Not only did this allow me to install the strut bar without removing my carpets, but it also allowed me access to dial in my suspension. And there it is, it's all installed now, and honestly I am very happy with the way it came out. As you can see, here's where we could kind of adjust the dampering. I did the same on the other side, and I'm glad I did. This is exactly what I wanted it to look like, and I'm very happy with the results. Here are some shots where I'm gonna try to compare the before and after. Here is when I have my BC Racing coilovers in and my strut bar in and all the other stuff that we've done up to this point. And here is when I was out on the track without any modifications, all stock. You could tell the major difference in the body roll. It's like night and day. If you compare it back to when I was on the stock suspension, you can see it was swaying a lot left and right. But now that we have these BC Racing coilovers in, we have the lower control arms in, we have the strut bars in, and everything else that we've done up to this point, it really does show how much it helps and how much my old components were all just worn out and just trash. With that being said, if you want to follow this Track Civic build, make sure you like and comment on this video, and while you're at it, subscribe to the channel and watch the previous videos on this build if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.